Thank you, Mark, and a big hello from London. With the first full week of February just gone, the weekly technical patterns for last week, well, they still keep coming. In the currencies last week, saw weekly key reversals down in US dollar, Canadian dollar, US dollar Russian ruble, US dollar Philippine peso, US dollar Swedish krona, euro against the Swedish krona, euro against the Polish zloty, and euro against Hungarian forint. We also saw weekly key reversals up in US dollar Turkish lira and US dollar Thai baht. In the financials, there was only the one in the markets I cover, a weekly key reversal up in the French CAC40 stock index futures, which this week has seen a good follow-on higher already, though we are now starting to approach the resistance seen at the highs in May last year in the 82.50 area. Over now to the commodities, and we had some interesting weekly patterns here. In energy, we had a weekly key reversal down in NYMEX WTI crude oil futures last week in the US, as well as a weekly key reversal down last week in ICE gas oil futures over here in Europe. Neither of these have had a follow-on lower. Indeed, gas oil futures have seen a strong reactionary move higher, pushing up through last week's high already. So it looks like those two are a failure. Likewise, over in base metals at the LME in London, we had weekly key reversals up last week in LME 3-month copper, nickel and zinc. This week has seen strong reactionary moves back down lower in LME copper and nickel, though LME zinc is still maintaining a grip on the upside with higher markets than last Friday, though not as yet managing to break up and out of last week's range. Moving now over to the ags, and we had a weekly key reversal down in Chicago soybean meal futures last week. This week has seen an important follow-on lower already, pushing down below the flatlining mauve medium moving average, currently at 307 even, and a significant short-term 3-pointer uptrend originating from December last year, which is highlighted in bright green on my daily chart, and that's currently at 308 even. Today, the follow-on lower has gone even further, with prices dropping below the green short-medium moving average, currently at 303.5, and below last week's low. This is one to watch, as I've kept a close eye on soybean meal ever since the dramatic annual key reversal we saw here, key reversal down we saw here, back at the end of 2023. Over in ICE Winnipeg canola futures in Canada, we saw a weekly key reversal up last week, which has seen an excellent follow-on higher this week, up to highs not seen since late July of last year. Finally, in freight, we had a weekly key reversal up last week in the Baltic Supramax Index, the first weekly key reversal up in either direction here for quite some time. It looks like it may be the turning point higher for this market, as prices are pushing up from the recent lows, and we have already seen a follow-on higher this week. As always, I'm happy to answer any direct questions of anyone who's interested. And with that, I'll finish this section from London, and I hope that you found these comments useful.
Thank you for listening and watching this broadcast. This weekly broadcast gives the essential market patterns and consequences. Please be aware of the risk disclaimer posted both at the front and at the back of this broadcast. The copyright is Eddie Tofpik and ADM Investor Services International Limited. And here comes the final important bit.